Hello dear students, welcome to your class 12th English class. In this video I am going to explain you poem 1, My Mother at 66, written by Kamla Das, an Indian writer who was born in Malabar, Kerala. Many of her works like novels, short stories have been published in English and Malayalam under the name Madhvikuti, means she used the name Madhvikuti as her pen name. In her work reflects about the originality, versatility, and native or indigenous flavor of the soil. This work, which we are going to know about, the poem My Mother at 66, also captures the complex subtleties of human relationships. Here we are going to see about a relationship, the meticulousness in the relationship of a mother and a daughter. The title is very clear and simple. My Mother at 66. My here indicates Kamla Das. So Kamla Das is talking about her own mother who has reached at the age of 66. My Mother at 66. Kamla Das writes in this poem that once on Friday morning she was driving in a car from her parents' home to Cochin airport. Her mother was also sitting beside her in a car. When she noticed her mother on the way to when they were going to the airport, she noticed that her mother was looking so weak, energyless. The signs of aging were clearly visible on her mother's face. Then she realized with pain that her mother is going near to her end, that the death or she is approaching towards the death of her, towards her death. This was very horrible and terrible thought for her, to think about her mother's end of her end of the life. To give up this thought, to divert herself from this thought, Kamla Das started looking outside the window of a car. When she started to look outside the window of the car, she noticed young trees sprinting, means the young trees moving very fast behind, as well as the merry children spilling, means the happy children or energetic children spilling out of their homes, moving quickly out of their homes. And finally, after this, they reached to the airport. And after the security check, when mother was standing at some distance from Kamla Das, again Kamla Das looked at her mother, and again she noticed her mother and compared her mother as a late winter's moon. She saw her mother, that her mother is looking colorless and faded yellowish. So again, the childhood fear here indicates the fear of a child. What every child has about the fear of insecurity when its mother is not around the child. So the fear of her mother's separation, about the fear of her mother's death, again revived within Kamla Das when she looked at her mother. But Kamla Das here did not show her emotion, and at last, before departure, she kept a smile on her face, and with the hope, by consoling herself as well as consoling her mother, she depart from her mother with the smile on her face by saying, "See you soon, Amma." This is what there in the poem. Now after this, we are going to see its line by line explanation with deep meaning. So here is the poem. Hope it is visible to you. The poem starts, driving from my parents' home to coaching last Friday morning. As I explained you that Kamla Das was driving in a car on one of the Friday morning. Okay, those say what she has noticed at that time. She has expressed those experience in this poem. What she is writing, when she was moving in a car to the airport, I saw my mother beside me. Mother was also sitting beside her, and she noticed her mother. She noticed the signs of aging on her mother, as she noticed her mother as dozed, open mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse. Ashen means colorless, okay, and corpse means dead body. Here she noticed her mother was looking like colorless like dead body. Dozed means without energy, feeling drowsy. Open mouthed. Open mouth means generally the old people, because of uprooting of the teeth, or they their mouth remains open. So all these symbols she was able to see on her mother's face. And then she really realized by these things, she realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. She was as old means, already the title says the mother had reached at the age of 66. Same thing is mentioned here. She was as old as she looked, as she was of 66 years, and the same signs what the old people who would have reached at the age of 66 would looked like, the same mother was looking, the same signs were there on her face. And this also indicates that she is near to her end. So here with the pain she realized, Kamla Das realized with pain that her mother is near to her end, and but soon put that thought away. As I told you, it is very horrible to think about the end or about the death of one's parents. So it was also horrible for poetess Kamla Das to think about the death of her mother. So she tries to put this thought away. To divert herself from this thought, she started looking outside the window of a car. So here it is written, and looked at young trees sprinting. When she started looking outside the window of the car, she was able to see young trees sprinting. It is noticeable that poetess have not only written trees, she has used young trees. All these two things what she noticed, young trees sprinting and the merry children spilling, these are the terms or the phrases used in contrast with the mother. These two things are opposite to the mother. Mother has become old, spiritlessness is there, but here the tree shows the symbol of, here sprinting means running fast. So sprinting trees means the tree is moving very fast, or the time which has passed away and the mother has become so old. Here the poetess wants to make a contrast between the mother as well as by taking this young trees sprinting. Now the trees are young, the mother has become old, and trees are sprinting, whereas such type of sprinting or the energy or the spirit is not present in the mother of Kamla Das. Next, the merry children spelling. Kamla Das also noticed the children. Merry children means the healthy, happy, full of energy. The children were spelling means moving quickly out of their homes. These two things she noticed when she noticed outside the window of a car. After this, there is a scene when Kamla Das mentions that they reach at the airport. But after the airport's security check, Kamla Das reached at the airport along with her mother, but now she is departed from her mother, standing apart from her mother after this airport security checkpoint, standing a few yards away. Few yards here mentioned a distance, okay. Kamala Das was standing a few yards or some distance away from her mother. While standing there, again she noticed her mother, and now the mother was looking to her. I looked again at her, and she found her mother wan, pale as a late winter's moon. Here, poetess Kamala Das is comparing her mother with the late winter's moon. We know that winter is the last phase of the year. Same as when we see in consideration to the human being, old age is the last phase of the life. So here last phase of the life means the old age of the mother is compared with the late winter's moon. At the late winter's moon, because of fog or mist, moon seems appear so fade. Same as here wan, pale means faded, colorless. The mother was appearing to her. So by looking at mother, these features of the mother, she felt that old familiar ache. Ache means pain. Kamala Das felt her familiar. Familiar means the pre-known pain. Pre-known pain means she had the pain in her childhood. She is calling that pain a childhood fear. What I told you in a summary, childhood fear means a fear of insecurity what every child has in its childhood when it does not find mother around. So the old familiar ache of being away from her mother, losing her mother, or departure from her mother, the same familiar ache revived to Kamala Das, but she did not show all those expressions, emotions to her mother. But all I said was, Kamala Das is further saying, but all I said was, see you soon, Amma. Okay, she is indicating to her mother that we will meet soon. She is consoling. Kamala Das has consoled herself as well as her mother, that with the positive hope that they are going to meet again. See you soon, Amma. All I did was smile and smile and smile. And by keeping a smile on the face, Kamala Das depart or take a farewell from her mother. This is the line by line explanation of the poem. Here I want to explain you two things again, that these two things, young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes, are used by Kamala Das in contrast to the age of her mother or to her mother. Whereas this, as a late winter moon, this feature is used in comparison with the mother. Okay. Other than this poem has used somber and seriousness in its tone, as the poetess has talked about the death of one's parents, about her own mother's death. She is talking about her own mother's death. So a very somber and serious tone is utilized in this poem. If we talk about the rhyming scheme of this poem, so I want to tell you that there is no rhyming scheme in the poem. This rhyming scheme is written in free verse. When no rhyming scheme arises, that is known as free verse.